Hey guys, welcome back to another sketchbook tour. And this is a Rymans sketchbook. These stickers are from Forever 21, except for this pushing sticker which I got from Amazon. That's my social media. It's an A5 sketchbook with 80 sheets. It's 120 GSM. My goals were to do more studies, use acrylic more, and experiment. I started this on the 19th of March and I ended it on the 19th of July, which is my birthday. And that's drawn with me. It's my art supplies. And yeah, a lot of these are just drawings of my characters and a few random doodles here and there. So I really like this page. This is where I did like a lot of ink stuff, and I got some random pictures up and I drew them all, and it's giving me Inktober vibes, which I like. And this page is a lot of stuff happened. So I did some thumbnails, I drew my kitchen from my memory, and then drew like some silhouettes of my characters. And I did this thing where I drew like, so I got really into the language of flowers. So I drew like the flowers that represented each character. But only did it with one character, and that's Mob from Mob Psycho 100. And this is like a doodle page. Okay, so this is like a really weird dream I had, where people lived in these like little hot pod houses above the clouds, and then it just like randomly switched to like this trash compactor place, and this guy jumped in, but he came out unscathed. It was like, maybe it was like a special portal or something, I don't know. My dreams are very weird. And then I really got into Dungeon Meshi. It's also called Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah, that's the English name. And I had fun. Here I did some like, I tried to do like a little comic here, but it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And I did a bit of like character design stuff. And I had this idea too. So I was thinking about same face syndrome. I thought, hey, I'm pretty sure same body syndrome exists as well. So I made this little defeat same face syndrome thing. So I do tend to draw the same body types over and over. I wouldn't necessarily say I have same body syndrome. I just use the same 3 basic ones. But I did like the equivalent of, I drew like random blobs and I turned them into bodies. And this is where I came up with the idea of the 100 bodies challenge, which I'll link up here in the little iCard. And I did enjoy that challenge, it was fun. Though it was based on the 100 faces challenge, but reverse, because I always draw faces. And speaking of faces, I made a defeat same face syndrome page. And I drew these little blobs, turned them into faces, drew random face parts. That sounds weird. And this one looks like a bootleg Texas, like the face shape. These two are my absolute favourites. Oh, and that one. Yeah, very expressive. This page started off as like a sticker idea one, but then it turned into just like hand lettering. You know what, I like it. I just did some like, a lot of them are copies, and you'll see a lot of hand lettering as we go on in the sketchbook. And these are some Gijinka, and Gijinka like just turning anything non-human into a human design. So like anything from Pokemon to teapots really. And then I combined Gastrodon and Lapras, but I couldn't decide on what the face would look like. And then here was like when I had a quick think and I realised I don't really draw boys that much, so I drew some men. And then I drew some bodies, was many men. And here I was like, hey, maybe I should draw less of my OCs. But then I kind of did the opposite of that because I drew them. But technically I didn't really draw them because I drew their clothes. And this is some buildings, and these are some doodly dudes. I love me some doodly dudes. I did more of them. And this one was from when I was watching someone do a 100 bodies, not 100 bodies, 100 faces challenge. There we go. But the cool thing is they showed every reference they did as they were doing it, so I joined in with them. Some of them went a bit too fast, and I only started doing it like halfway through the video, so I obviously didn't do 100. And yeah, that was fun. Just drew some random hands from memory, and books, because my comic is going to feature a lot of books, so I want to get my practice in. And we have some lovely little doodles with my water soluble ink, and I gave in and drew my characters, and drew a TARDIS. And this was like, because I was remembering this episode of Doctor Who with like when they have astronauts, and for some reason they have skulls, and the astronauts have a skull in them, so I drew that. Sorry about the random noises, it's early morning, and for some reason my family likes early morning. And we have some thumbnail pages, and this is around the time where I didn't really know what to draw, so I just scribbled on the page, and then I came back and then drew on top of that, because I thought that would look cool. In my opinion, it does. So I went onto Unsplash, and I just drew random faces with... Oh, for goodness sake, there's a mosquito in here. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. I think I have vanquished it. So, as I was saying, I used paint pens. They're not Poscas. I'm not bougie enough for that. They're just some unbranded ones from Amazon. And then I drew a random girl there for memory, and that's why she looks really janky. Actually gave her a bubble butt. It looks really dodgy. And this was around May, so I drew some mermaids, and today I realised that recording early in the morning is not a good idea because everyone's up. So as I was saying, I drew some mermaids because it was May. I didn't want to commit to like a full mermaid month, so I just drew 2. I drew a harpy, which has nothing to do with mermaid, and I drew my character, and as well as 2 robots. Dang it. And this was another weird dream I had, where one minute I was in New York, next minute I was on a bus from the 70s. Next minute, it wasn't any old bus, it was a tour bus. And we were touring through my hometown. A lot of stuff happened as well. It was a weird dream. Here's when I was doing like character designy stuff. And then I drew more of my characters. Vibing and stuff. And did some stuff. And every other sketchbook always have like a obligatory right hand page. So I'm left-handed, and I sometimes like drawing with my right hand just for bants. And here it is. This guy looks like someone straight out of Lord of the Rings. I really hope that mosquito's gone. So, drew some, what are these called? Backgrounds, that's it. And because, like I said, I'm making a comic, and I'm not sure if this scene might come up. So, drew some stuff. Drew some faces, because it's my comfort zone. Some backgrounds, because it's not my comfort zone. And some prop stuff, because it might be my comfort zone. And, okay, I gave in and drew Sailor Moon, Sue Me, but Sailor Moon. I don't even know why it got really popular again, because the year before it was popular and then it fizzled out and then it came back full force out of nowhere. It was really confusing. It's kind of disorientating. Well, not disorientating, just confusing. Because I was just scrolling through, seeing it in my timeline, and I'm like, wait a second, didn't these same people draw it like 6 months ago? It cracked me up though. And then you got some collage, and this is Trollfunk, who is on like YouTube. I like this stuff. And this is around the time I was thinking about Mahou Shoujo, but I couldn't do it because I was busy, which sucks. I wish I could have done it. Might just like repurpose some of these thumbnails for stuff. And then I went on to Unsplash and I drew some people. I really like this one, it's my favourite. And I was doing this quick study of a face on Pinterest, but the face came out janky, so I covered it with paint pens, and then I covered that in a little bit of liner. I like it. And I did a cheeky quick drawing of a fashion thingy I drew, and this is, I did a process video of it, and you might see that one soon depending on how I'm feeling about the video. And this is a collage thing. Love me a bit of collage. And I saw this little plush and I designed a character based off it. I might just call this sketchbook tour the one where I'm constantly interrupted, because that's what it feels like to me. So yeah, I really like this spread. It was fun. I messed up on the face and I covered that in a post-it note. That's funky. And this is where I didn't really know what to draw, so I stuck this in and I was like, hey, let's draw stuff I like. And I drew all these different things. So yeah. And this is a little comic I did based on like a funny Arthur thingy I saw. It's classic. And I saw this weird post. It was like a... Okay, so Tumblr's notorious for having a lot of nonsensical adverts that don't really advertise anything, and this was based off of that. And if I find it, I shall post it there. These are my characters, which I'm pretty sure I said that. And this is another character. Trust me, I have a lot of characters. And I drew her because she's an alien. She likes eggs. No, I'm sure there are aliens that don't like eggs. I don't know why I said... So anyway, she likes eggs. There's nothing to do with her being an alien. So, I'm on ArtStation and had this cool little challenge thingy called Box of Mystery, and I was planning for this. But, spoiler alert, I did not read the brief correctly, and... oof. The two of the... It was a competition challenge thing, and I signed up for the prop one and the character one, but I decided to drop out of the character one and just focus on the prop one instead, because there's a lot of stuff. And this is when I did like a thing where you take a pen for a walk and you don't like pick your pen up, and you just go like this instead of like lifting your pen and stuff. I did that for all that page, which is fun. And I got out my brush pens in primary colours and drew some random stuff, which is extra fun. This is also another random stuff page. I drew a rock, some hydrangeas, a dude, clothing, and a kit. This is another fun page. I was trying to do like a collage thing here, but it went south. So I just drew over with a pen. I drew this face. The eyes didn't look the way I wanted them to. I just added this green thing. And I think it looks cool. That's the thing with art. If you make a mistake, you can easily like cover up and pretend it wasn't a mistake to begin with. And that's the beauty of it. These are some more doodles. Some more gouache stuff. And even more doodles. I love me some doodles. And this is like a thing I made up when I was 12. And for some reason I drew it literally everywhere. And then I saw it again and I got really nostalgic, so I drew it again. And this character, he has like a recurring thing where he's always wearing random t-shirts with stuff written on them. Like weird stuff written on them. So yeah, I like that. It just makes me chuckle. And I did a wash of brown and I covered it with gouache. Okay, so around this time I was kind of bored and I didn't really know what to do. So I did a study, but like halfway through I was like, hey, what if I change this, this and this? And then it became like a quick sketch piece thingy. Then I did some colour comps. It's really sad that this pen's dead. And I did like a little design from one of my other characters. Like I said, I've got many. And I was doing little faces. I like this one. And I tried doing a 3/4 to the left view. I mean, usually I'm pretty good at them, but this one was just oof. And I drew Thomas the Tank Engine because, you know, it's a thing that everyone's drawing. And I have no comments about this drawing. And more OC stuff. I messed up on her face, so I just covered it with paper. I do that a lot in this sketchbook. These are some fashiony stuff. And this one looks so anime, I don't know why. This is kind of like a sequel to another spread in my second to last sketchbook. No, my most current sketchbook actually. And I'll pop it up briefly here. And yeah, I really like this. I got some Winsor Newton ink in purple. No, it's called Violet, yeah. And I got a brush pen, but the ones that have water in them, and I dipped it like a dip pen. It was pretty darn fun. And another OC thread. Okay, this is a wild page. So I burnt my hand, and it's this one. You can kind of see a scar here, right? And I burnt it whilst frying some spring rolls. So I'd finished cooking them and everything. And I was bringing them all out. I got a bit annoyed, so I was like, you know what, let's just pick up 2 at the same time, because that'll make things faster. No, I dropped it, splashed on my hand. I had to put it under the tap for 20 minutes. And during the 20 minutes I was watching some Plumbella videos to pass the time. And that's me with like a little plastic bag on my hand. Don't worry, I looked up the NHS website and they were like, yes, use plastic bag on burns. That's good. I was like, okay. But at the same time I really wanted to draw, so I drew all this stuff with my right hand. Apart from this one. I did that the day before with my left. And I think that one? I don't know. And I did some life drawing to warm up my right hand. But I think I was feeling like really like adrenaline-y from, you know, the injury. And then for some reason I got really into drawing this one specific reference on Pinterest, which I'll link here. And I drew this 6 times in a row. 6 times. It's ridiculous. And then I did some other stuff with my right hand. That was my right hand. No, that was my left. And I was not feeling it. I was like, why isn't this working? And all the pink boxes were the same drawing over and over again. Because I was determined to make it look good. And this is like a day or 2 later. My hand was healed enough for me to start drawing again. Hooray. And I did my other character, which is cool. And this is some gouache wiggle stuff. Because I did a study, which I'll put here, if you want to see that. And I had a lot of paint, so I just stuck it in my sketchbook. And I went on top with some brush pen. I feel like it dried out a little bit. And I watched What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I love it. I can't wait for like season 3 to come out. Is it season 3 or 2? I mean, I lost count of seasons, but I want the next season to come out is what I mean. And I drew an arowana. I was on this like subreddit called Hobby Drama, talking about aquariums, and it was very interesting. I drew some like my other character so many times. I don't know why I drew so many times. I literally drew the same face over and over again. The same face pose. Face position? I don't know. And here was when I went roller skating, which is fun. I skated in this football pitch, but only in this little corner because some people playing football. And for some reason there was a trolley in there. It was slightly drizzling, so I put my hood up because I didn't want my hair to get wet. And then I put my helmet on. It says hoodie up because it was spitting and I didn't want to get hair wet. I wrote, check yourself before you shrek yourself, because I had all the protection on. And that's all my stuff. It was a good time, but I am so slow on skates. I feel like an old person can like overtake me on skates. Like this, like who was the slowest person in the world, like walking, could overtake me on skates. And I drew more fish because turns out I enjoy drawing fish. There's some more like oceanic stuff. Some more doodly things. I had a lot of paint, so I did it on like, I put the paint on so many pieces of paper. These are like some quick prop studies for my box of mystery challenge thingy. These are some like studies of photos, some doodles. This is when I realised that I really enjoy doing like more realism stuff, but for props. And then I really like the style I did for the roller skating page, so I did some stuff here. I feel like some of them would make cool stickers, especially that one. And I looked at some pictures on Tumblr and I drew them. And this one was fun because I just put on the song Fly Day Chinatown and I just drew it. And I drew it to the length of the song. And this was a picture of Chinatown as well. That's why I chose the song specifically. And I always draw people within like the 16ish to 30ish age group. So I was like, hey, let's draw more people not in that age group. My camera stopped recording. So yeah, as I was saying, drew people from the age group that I do not usually draw. And I did a bonus cat. That's not a cat, that's a dog. A cat and a plant with petals. Flower. Maybe I should call this the sketchbook to where I forget words. And I did a lot of a study thingy. And I drew a Anagodori, which is this really cool chicken with long tail feathers. And I got really cocky with these ones because I went straight in with pen. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna draw a bear. And I made a grave mistake. Something about bears are pretty hard. Need some more doodly dudes. I love doing these wiggly stuff. It's so fun. And I drew this guy who has hair made out of plants, and he's wearing Tudor garb for some reason. And I drew another Tudor cat girl saying yeah, because as you do. And I was watching this video about chakras for some reason, and I thought of this. So I'm going, my chakras aligned. I can now order from Burger King in 32 different languages. I was feeling Mimi that day. And this is like me drawing like my usual workflow for like concept art stuff and some doodly dudes. some more doodly dudes. I drew some like random cells, like synapses and blood cells and animal cells. I like drawing cells. And I got this idea to draw in white pen. But the thing is, my white pen was dying, so it was not fun. And I did a blob challenge, and this is my original character, Do Not Steal, Esteban Universidad. It's not even that funny, but hey. I drew, this is like a random AU of my characters. I just drew him arguing about chipmunks because apparently chipmunks don't exist. And I drew some like noodly dudes and spaghetti. And because I thought of that meme with the guys like, spaghetti? Again? Classic. And I drew some paper scrunched up. And I have this like massive, like big wrap skirt. And I was like, what if I turn it into a pleated skirt? So I was thinking about the types of pleats, like whether it could be like knife pleated or like whether the pleats this is or gathered. I'm thinking like these type of pleats. And I was thinking whether it could be like a waterfall skirt. I'm not even sure that's the right terminology. Or like a wrap dress with peplum sleeves, and yeah. I drew some cacti, but it didn't come out too well, so I drew on top of it. I drew a face, which is and this face is which is considerably worse. So worse I called it Gollum. I drew an elephant, plants, person, and I don't know what this is anymore. I actually forgot what I drew. Sometimes I like to go really abstract. And I had some fun with this violet ink. I got some blue ink. I forgot what colour it was. Azul maybe? That's Spanish for blue, I don't know. And I drew this person. I didn't like it, so I drew on top of it. And I drew some clothes that I wanted. But because I have so many clothes already, I cannot buy them. But I might turn these in. I've got jeans this shape, so I might just draw stars on them in paint or something. I think that would be cool. And this is my swatch page, and lots of artists and one random anime. I promise this isn't like a definite thing. Now I've had some ideas from videos or like stuff I might do. And yeah, that's my sketchbook. Thank you for watching. And if you wanna see a cheeky sneak peek of my current sketchbook, I shall bring it out. Okay. It's my current sketchbook, and I started this the 20th. This is what we've got so far. It's looking a little bit rough, but hey, I'm liking where this is going. So I decided to use less media in it, so it's going to look a little bit more plain. So yeah, that's all my pages I've done since the 20th. And thank you for watching my sketchbook tour, and see you in the next one. Bye!